Hello everyone, my name's Botanist Cool, and today we are painting two SLDF Mechs from Battletech. If you're enjoying my mini painting videos, make sure to like and subscribe. It's free, it's easy, it's 2 clicks, and I can't thank enough for your support. Let's get on to the rest of the video. In September, you guys actually voted for these mechs over on my Discord. Specifically, you guys voted for the Locust and the Shadowhawk from the Battletech starter kit, and you guys also voted for them to also be painted in the SLDF's colors. According to camo specs, there are a lot of colors you can use for the SLDF. There's the olive drab per the Eridani Light Horse description. There's the white and gray with blue trim per the NIOPS Association Militia description. There's the green and gray per FM Capellan Confederation page 94's description. And then there's light tans from the FM Federated Sons page 84 description. I decided to go with the olive drab, or rather just your standard army green. It is a little lighter than I would have liked, in my personal opinion. However, this is still one of the many colors I have seen, or very similar to the many colors I have seen over on the camo specs page. There's a lot of different greens. There are a lot of different vibes, and of course, they all look absolutely fantastic. So I'm very happy with them as they are right now. So let me tell you what my original plan was. Originally, I was gonna use Army Painter's Army Green as a base, and then Army Painter and the D&D Collabs Troll Skin as kind of a wash to go over everything and to make it look a deeper green. And quite frankly, it didn't work out well for a couple of reasons. When trying to use medium thinner with the troll skin, it ended up thinning up so much that the color changed. At least it seemed to have changed from what I can tell, and that's not what we were looking for in any way, shape, and or form. And when I thinned it out with water, I had a water dauber from my Feywild Emeralds color way back when that we ended up using all of, and because I've had it sitting in isopropyl alcohol, when I mixed it with the paint, it screwed up so much. So I spent the first basically hour and a half basing and then washing. And after washing, realizing, oh my God, there's still isopropyl in the mix, even though I rinsed it out a few times, I need to let it dry fully, and then having to rebase everything because by George, it all got screwed so bad. A lot of that paint came off, and that was not a very good look. So unfortunately, we took up a lot of time doing that. And the sad part is when I got the troll skin thin enough, it actually looked really good as an added layer on there to add that little depth of green. But we never really got to that part because for some reason, I think it's also partly the troll skin's fault. The troll skin paint just didn't work out well, and I kept peeling every time I put it on as a wash. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna stop it there and we're not gonna do it. So that's what happened there, and you can only do what you can only do. Either way, it came out pretty great, and I decided to use a shadow wash instead. What I did with the shadow wash was I did pin washing, what I really enjoyed doing with my custom group, the Planetary Preservation Project. And then I did a very, very, very diluted full body wash with that shadow wash. I think I could have gone without the full body wash, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I felt a little self-conscious. I felt like I hadn't done enough, and I had been watching tutorials, and I'll be honest, watching tutorials is probably not the best idea all the time, so. And not only that, but because the Locust is such a small mech, I felt really self-conscious about not getting into all those little nooks and crannies, and I was probably getting a little self-conscious of the fact that, yeah, I screwed up a little bit on that army green and the other one, the troll skin and everything, so I overcompensated, right? Mind you, this was literally done about 2 hours ago for me because I'm recording this voice over just after I finish the stream because it has to come out tomorrow. But either way, I'm kind of being retrospective about it. It still looks great, but either way, I do realize that I had made some mistakes in terms of rushing things. I actually said that in the beginning of the stream. Battletech is all about really getting the basics down because you're not really doing anything spectacular like you're doing on Warhammer. You have big flat surfaces where you need to get the basics down of what you want done. And you need to understand how to work the paint and the basics of the paint, how to understand that. And I didn't let things dry long enough. I didn't let things work long enough. I rushed things. I should have been more patient. But I still did a fantastic job in the end. To make sure I got out any staining from that wash, I made sure to do a dry brush of Army Green alone over both the models. And then I did a few corrections and I did more dry brushing. Then I mixed Army Green with Blue Horror from Citadel twice. One where it was a little darker, one where it was a little bit lighter, to then do highlights on the minis themselves. And that ended up looking pretty great. I then took those pieces and I did specific highlights on just the parts where I thought it needed it, the parts on the top or parts that the light would shine down on a bit more, the shoulders, certain parts of the chest, etc. And they looked pretty great. After that, I decided, hey, we still have a little bit of time. Let's do the bases. So I did the bases and my hobby tool broke, or rather the knife on my hobby tool broke. This is why you have to learn how to be careful with these guys. These hobby tools can be extremely dangerous, so do not mess around with them if you don't know how to mess around with them, and if you don't know how to be safe with them. Always have a parent if you're under the age, and if you need parental guidance, please, please, please have that parental guidance. After all that, I ended up using some Astro Granite from Citadel to get a road base on the bases, since now the bases are completely separated from the actual minis. Well, what am I gonna do tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm probably going to try to paint part of it to look black, like it is a road, and then paint the road like yellow strips on it and the white strips on it and stuff like that. I almost finished 2 minis in less than 4 hours, which is kind of really exciting. But at the same time, I finished 2 good-looking minis, and I just had to do the bases. So I'm literally gonna do the bases tomorrow, and then I'm gonna seal them tomorrow after I get super glue on them and stuff. And I'm also gonna be doing other minis tomorrow. I'm gonna have so much time on my hands tomorrow. I am so excited. I really do feel like I have grown a lot as a mini painter. Anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. As always, I hope you had a good one. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It's free, it's easy, it's 2 clicks, and I can't thank you enough for all of your continued support. There's a throne, don't feel obligated. And most importantly, we now started doing commissions, specifically charity commissions. If you want to fill out a form for a charity commission where you donate to a charity instead of paying me, go to my Discord. Discord has all the information, and that's the only place I will be communicating about my commissions. If I accept your commission, I'll DM you, because honestly, I'm not comfortable accepting all commissions yet. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Hope you had a good one. Y'all stay safe, stay Botanist Cool, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye, everyone.